None of us expect things to get better. But do they have to get this much worse?
Police in Idaho say their worst fears are being realized as they piece together what happened to a little boy named Michael Vaughan. This little boy, nicknamed Monkey, disappeared in July of 2021. He was playing outside his home in Fruitland, Idaho. Investigators recently excavated a backyard near his family home. It's about a half a mile away from where Michael lived and was last seen. They did that excavation last month. They did not find any human remains on that property, but they say the cadaver-sniffing dogs indicated that remains had been buried there at some point. The police chief said, quote, "We strongly believe, based on evidence, that Michael was abducted and is deceased, and that his remains were buried and later moved from that property." Police have arrested Sarah Wandra for failing to report a death. She has not been found mentally competent for this case to proceed against her. Joining me.
When Jesus was on the cross and he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do," he forgave it all. Literally every sin that you see being committed today is already forgiven. It's already wiped away. Oh man, just please pray for me. I don't know. I need some serious prayer for my sisters and brothers in Christ. If you're not in Christ, you're not praying for me. I need some serious prayer. I'm under a lot of spiritual attack from the enemy and from within my own flesh. No matter how much you feel like it's chaos, no matter how much the devil stirs up confusion or evil or all these things, strife, God is in control, 100%. I can tell you that from personal experience. God is in control, 100%.
She seems very competent.
Prosecutor, we appreciate you being here. This is the first time police, though, have come out and definitively said, really without any ambiguity, we believe that Michael is deceased and we are looking for his remains. Do they have enough yet for prosecutors to proceed with the case based on the two people they have in custody so far?
Based on what we know now, reading through the lines of what Chief Huff said during a press conference, we know that this couple, Sarah and Stacey, are in custody. Sarah's only in custody for failure to report a death of human remains, and that is only a misdemeanor that carries a penalty of up to 1 year. Her husband is in custody, but he hasn't been charged or anything relating to the death or the abduction of Michael Vaughan. Based on what I've heard so far, I don't hear enough to charge homicide, even though the body hasn't been recovered. But we do know that there was at least probable cause for a search warrant to be executed at that home. So I'm curious to read what was the probable cause to execute that search warrant at that home.
Right, and I found it really interesting that police went so far in that recent press conference after excavating the yard to put photos of two other people that they want to question in connection with Michael's disappearance. One is Brandon SHURTLIFF. He's 30 years old, from Idaho, currently believed to be in North Dakota. The other one is ADRIAN LUCIENNE. He's 32. They believe he may be in Toledo, Ohio. Both of them were either living or had been at the home. How significant was that when you saw police right at the beginning put out their faces, their names, and not call them suspects, but say, "We do want to talk to you"?
So it is out of the ordinary for law enforcement to state the names and also show the photographs of individuals that they're looking to question,
and
looking
not call
for
them
information,
suspects,
but not saying that they're suspects or had anything to do with the abduction or the death of Michael Vaughan. Because as you can see towards the end of that press conference, the law enforcement, Chief Huss, was saying that we hope that you do contact law enforcement so we can be able to talk to you, because they do have information to believe that they were inside of the house at some point during the time period of Michael Vaughan's disappearance, but they're not saying that they had any involvement in the abduction or the death of Michael Vaughan. So it's a little bit out of the ordinary, because usually you wouldn't put out the names and photographs of eyewitnesses or witnesses to the public, because it can cause harm to them. But I think the reason they did it is to put pressure on them
after the
to come
fact
forward.
So the next step in this, it sounds as though police are going to continue the search now of a neighbor's yard. The neighbors are cooperating with ground-penetrating radar. When you go to the main website for the Fruitland Police Department, Michael Vaughan's case is at the very top of that page. He vanished in July of last year. So they say they are relentless in their search for justice and for answers for this little boy. That indicates to me that we will be hearing much more from police as they continue this search in the days and weeks to come.